Alright, you fucking reptiles.
So I promised you guys I would show you how to spot the imposters among us. I'm going to show you this video here from Kobe Bryant, alright, who I believe faked his death. And I'm going to show you a few things you've got to keep an eye out for when they put these characters in front of you to idolize. So we'll play this video here.
My name is Kobe Bryant. I'm 17 years old, and I've been lucky enough to live not only in different parts of the United States, but Europe as well.
I want you to watch his tongue, and I want you to watch the different directions that he flicks it in, and then I want you to ask yourself, is that normal human behaviour? A lot of people will deny it when you show them this. They'll say, oh, yeah, so what? Now, something I want you to know about people is there are a lot of people who pretend to be asleep. Right? They're pretending to be asleep because they're the same as these characters I'm going to show you how to spot on my channel.
My father played professional basketball. He played for the Philadelphia 76ers.
You'll see how he flicks it out to the side there.
Rockets and the San Diego Clippers. He played professional basketball for 8 years, and after his eighth year, he decided that it would be best for him to move on and to take his talent elsewhere. So we packed our bags and moved to Italy, where he played professional basketball again for 8 years. At the time, I was only 6 years old, and I was pretty much clueless about the whole situation. But my parents basically told me, Kobe, you're going to an Italian school, we want you to learn a new language. And when you're young, you just basically do whatever your parents tell you to do with no questions asked. I can speak Italian fluently. You know, Italy became my home. My heart is there. My heart will always be there. So.
Alright, now I want you to think about how they called him the Black Mamba. I'm going to slow this down now. And we're going to watch his tongue flick out. I mean, he does it through the whole video. But I want to keep these videos short. So we'll go back here and just watch this.
You do no questions asked.
Can't keep his tongue in his mouth.
And yes, they give them that legal ticket to rob you without going to jail for it. Okay? It's a government organization. They organize this shit right here to trick the masses. As you can see, everybody in red. Every single body there in red with the cross on the chest. Yes, it's a devil rituals. And I'm going to teach you about it right here today. Okay? With the American Red Cross blood drive, give blood, give life. I'm going to tell you right now, this blood thing right here, wow, it really go deep, okay? What is they doing with all that blood? Okay? I'm going to tell you, modern day vampires, okay? Real talk, it's a modern day vampire, and they really do drink blood, and people don't understand that. When you see a vampire movie on TV, they're actually telling you what they're doing, and you can't pick it up because you were sleeping sheep, okay?
The ACT are battling an out-of-control bushfire southwest of Canberra. They're doing it from the air and on the ground. The fire started late yesterday from a burnt-out car at Pierces Creek. It's currently listed as a watch and act. I'm
going to do a quick video on how to spot a hybrid or someone who is not a human. And the first one I'm going to show is, notice how this guy has one really wide open eye and one slanted left eye. That's usually a form of MK Ultra mind control. But look, one really full open eye and then one squinty droopy eye. That's how to spot. That's one way. Another way is they always do these satanic hand signs. And you can see it right there. Notice how he's doing a 666. There's another way. This way to tell is the tranny hybrids. They usually put mixed female with male DNA. And this one you can tell. Look how small his head is compared to his body. He has a woman's head on a man's body. Just look at this. Look at the size of the arms, the body, the tiny head. Then look at his hands. Look how small his hands are. Just look at that wrist. Then look at his bicep. Probably because they put these people on steroids to make them look bigger. But their hands are still tiny. Like, look how small those hands are for that body. That's one way to tell. And this octopus is part of the Hydra system. I'll explain that later. Another way to tell is they look like they're dead. Like, it looks like it's a reanimated corpse, and this is another way to tell by hybrid. They usually have like big black circles under their eyes. They're really pale, and they look like they're dead. This is probably a reanimated body. But you see how it looks like it's just like a dead person? That's another way to tell. Just like this guy here too. If you look at him, he looks like he's dead too. He kind of has... Do you see what I'm saying? How he looks like he's a reanimated corpse? Just like this guy. That's one way. They look like they're dead. Just a strange looking... See what I'm saying? And another way the hybrids are, they have their eyes aren't straight, they're kind of slanted. They're putting their skulls on an angle. I don't know if you can tell right there. They're just... See how his eyes aren't straight like a normal person? Their eye sockets come in on an angle. Just look how weird this guy is. This is like Benedict Cumberbatch. And just look at this really quickly. Even though she's Asian, she's probably a clone too, but do you notice how her eyes come in straight? They're set. Her eyes are set in her skull even. Same with hers. Her eyes are set in her skull even too. And I'll just do one more. See how her eyes go in her skull even? And this guy, his eyes come in at an angle. They're kind of slanted. You see what I'm saying? This one, you can tell by... Look at her neck. Look how long that neck is. That's one way to tell. Just that weird neck. And she has an Adam's apple. Female with an Adam's apple. It's probably like a tranny hybrid. It looks part reptilian. She likes blood. This guy, if he's not facing the camera, but you can tell he's a hybrid too. He's got that weird face. And see this one here, how this guy's sticking his tongue out in the shot. The thing is, they edit these videos, right? Why would they just put a video with him sticking his tongue out at the side? Because that's a hybrid reptilian. That's how snakes smell. And a lot of these hybrids, they're half reptilian, and they stick their tongues out to smell. That's why sometimes when you're talking to some of these hybrids, they'll stick their tongues out at you, and it's because they're smelling you. And this one too. Do you see him doing it here too? That's what the hybrids do, right? Like a lizard, how the lizards always stick their tongues out. You can tell he's a hybrid just by the weird look he has. See his tongue? You see the hybrid tongue? And this guy is doing Masonic symbols, red and blue. But this is just a quick one. This is how to tell hybrids. Just a quick video here. Look at this reptilian hybrid's neck. Like, look at how the veins bulge out. I can't play any sound, but look how they have these weird things in their neck. Like, you see what I'm saying? Normal people don't fucking have that. Look at that. That is an alien hybrid. This is what we're dealing with. They're killing off the humans and they're replacing with these alien hybrids. It could be a clone. Just look at that fucking thing on its neck. And in the beginning, look. Ugh, what the fuck, man?
See the AI robot? See the glass doll eyes? It's a DevilBot. You know what this thing does? Oh, she's a first responder nurse for the COVID. They have no authority over me. I've never worn a mask. They have beer gardens and nobody's wearing masks here. This is their NASCAR hero. This is the hero for NASCAR. Satanic DevilBots. They got them big ass glass doll eyes and the hooded eyes up here. These are just robots. See the glass doll eyes? DevilBots. They're killing people in the hospitals. And nobody in our government says or does anything about it. Nobody in our military says or does anything about it. You don't want to know why? Because the New World Order has no need for the police. So the New World Order has to crush the police. Then they got to crush the military. Then they have to crush every government official, past and present. Then they have to crush every member of the media. From the top down. That's what the New World Order is going to do. And these things will do it without question. And here's NASCAR's hero. Here's sheet masks. All the people at NASCAR have their sheet masks on. Sellouts.
Give me a blood from the inside out.
Serpent. Who's she brainwashing? This idiot thinks he married a hot chick. Brainwashing the shit out of him. See how that works?
I lost all respect.
See how she does that real quick? And he's like out of it.
Lost all
Just
respect
a
for him.
witch. Just brainwashing him. That's how that works. It's a serpent. It's not a human female. All glory to Christ.
Hello, this is Kenenigan from RagingReptilian.com. We have a reptilian video. I was told about this from multiple subs. Someone beat me to the punch. Peter Strzok hearing confirms Old Testament is for real. John Ward. I never heard of that YouTuber. 2 days ago, 175,000 views. Not bad. But, come on, just say it for what it is. He's a reptilian. Yes. Look at those devil horns. And you people think I'm nuts. People are waking up to the fact. Here, I'll show you a Bible quote that Kenny loves this Bible quote. And whereas you saw iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men. Daniel chapter 2, 4, 3. And people say I don't read the Bible. I read the Bible. Yeah, so anyway. So another one of my subs said, you probably have enough material from Peter Strzok for another 100 videos. I think I'm using this as the thumbnail. Look at... I know I'm coughing. That's chem... I don't know. Is that chem cough or whatever? Whatever you guys call it. Whatever. I'm laughing at Trey Gowdy with his head tilted back. He's giving him the bitch please look. Strzok, there's 10 hours of footage of Strzok. I can't go through it all. But I grabbed it. This is going to be this. Here's the devil horns. I got a video that shows these anomalies a lot better. But just, I'm going to play it here. You're not going to be able to hear the volume, but even just listening to him talk, I'll see if my, wait. No, I don't think my sound editor is going to pick up the audio on here. I have a noise canceling microphone. It's actually a pretty good chat mic, but I'll leave the links in the description. Everything coming out of his mouth is a lie. And I could tell when people are lying, just by the way they talk, and I'm going to blow this up to full screen. You see these, right? So, alright. We don't want to see Wolf Blitzer. Now, this video that I have over here is even funnier. Someone tells someone to, you need to get your medication. Someone yells that. I paused it right here. Look at these anomalies right here. This is just... And of course, I'm going to let this play here for a few minutes here. And they stay there the whole time.
To show you the difference, look at this here. See how you could like grab up into there? You see that? And their eyebrow goes like up and out. You can grab that like in there. The socket. Human females don't have that. You can just reach in there and like grab onto it. They'll never be. They're just a trash version of us. All glory to Christ. Look at this thing. Shout out to that neck. Whatever this thing is. Look at that. That's why they hide. These props. What are they, like twinsies or something? But shout out to that throat though. Look at that thing. What's up, girl? Ugh. It's like the whole body's dead. The body's dead. Just the face is alive or something. I don't know. Look at these things. That's what happens when you don't have children's blood to drink, I guess. Shout out to the fangs. But yeah, that's what happens. They die. They're dead already. All glory to Christ. See what they look like? Be aware that trying to blame Donald Trump on her husband's death and people that don't wear masks. Shout out to the robot interviewing a monster, trash version of us. Shout out to that throat, them cords, or whatever that is. Says her husband died because people don't wear masks. Robot interviewing a fake imposter trash human. They'll never be us, though. They're just a ugly-ass version of us. Remember that. Look at this trash thing. CNN.
Here we go. We got this cartoon woman newsreader.
Record this from my camera.
Hey, same. This is Smuckwap. Household name. I thought I should credit it.
This is a clip from a bloopers video that's on YouTube that happened to catch an interesting shapeshift and possibly the mechanism used to accomplish the cloaking.
I just want to say one thing about this woman. This is a good example of a psychopath, obviously reptilian shapeshifter, that when you look at them and they're not moving, you know, they're not emoting, so to speak, they tend to look like dead bodies. Their eyes are very still and dead looking. It's actually strange because that's one of the key differences between reptilian shapeshifters, psychopaths, narcissists, what have you, and organic portals. Organic portals don't look dead. Organic portals look human. I don't think that organic portals have souls, but they're not empty. They're not faking their personalities. Their personalities, organic portals, are programmed by the media, the television programming, all of that sort of stuff that the reptilian psychopaths provide them. So, for all intents and purposes, an organic portal, even though it's just copying what it's seen, it is not actually being insincere. It believes that that's what it is. Whereas with a psychopath, they are faking. They're always faking their personas. They usually have, you know, a lot of different masks. That whole narcissistic mask thing that people talk about. That's an analogy for the reptilian. They're like con artists. They fake different personalities. They're like chameleons. You know, they'll be whoever they need to be to weasel into your life and then ruin it from the inside out. So anyway.
So I'm going to hold the camera as still as I can.
As will I.
As soon as I hit my start button and record what's coming up. Now this gal is not the one that shifted. Although it looks like she's kind of weird too, just looking at her.
There you go.
You'll see what I'm talking about.
My arm is starting to hurt. Ow.
Here we go.
Yeah. See, as soon as she's in motion, it kind of looks like a cartoon character. Like, that's very subtle, and, you know, people go, that's just lens flare or something, but I can see that there's, like, sharp points already there. And look at the eyes. It's like they're fully slit, fully black all the way down, and it just kind of looks like a cartoon character, you know, like a CGI, because that's technically what a reptilian is. And like I said, the camera will pick up and demonstrate this far clearer than the human eye. You can see a reptilian shapeshift if you cause them exposure. I have. I had to be very close up. I saw slit eyes forming, and I saw scales when one got very, very angry and beat me up one time. But yeah, the camera picks this up far more easily. And I think that the reptilians are aware that they're shapeshifting. I think they can feel it the same way that we feel anxiety when we start to sweat. And that's why they need to get away from you when you expose them. Oh, there you go.
Okay, there she is.
I find it interesting too. I don't know if that was intended or not, but like right after something very, very weird happens, like you know she's exposed for having a reptilian dildo hologram device live on air and also shape-shifting, they cut to a busty woman so that the majority of the audience, especially male audience, will be like, you know, they don't even remember the weird thing they just saw. They're like, oh man, did you see that chick's boobs? I don't know if that's intentional, but it seems like one of those sleight of hand kind of diversion tactics. Anyway, we'll let old Smuckwap take it again.
Vice, whatever the heck that.
So I guess this will be my final comparison of real versus fake. But as you see, this is the new look that Satan is going for white females. The one on the right with the loud pasty complexion like all robotoids have is fake. And the one on the left is how a white female is supposed to look. So one of them gets remade every couple of months. The other one ages gracefully. So this is what's going on here. Guys are trained to go after the fake one, the one that looks like a Martian, simply because if you impregnate it, you'll give birth, or she will, to a soulless child.
Okay, so we're gonna see this. This guy's a reptilian. Just look at his eyeballs. You'll see it. He's got 2 slit eyes. He's a straight up reptile.
The White House Chief of Staff.
The guy on the left. Now the guy on the right's like some kind of robotoid that's blink, 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 blink.
He's on the north lawn of the White House.
Just look at his eyes.
Good to talk to you. First of all,
they're slit eyes. Oh, come on. Are you kidding me?
let me get you to respond to what we see down there on the National Mall with that march on Washington. There's been some criticism of the president during the day. Your response to that?
Well, I mean, obviously the Constitution allows us to peacefully assemble, and so when it's a peaceful protest, that's something that our Constitution protects, is something that we can all support, whether we agree with the message or not. You know, what we saw on the streets of Washington, D.C. last night was not necessarily...
Look at what she's blinking.
...a peaceful protest. In fact, there were people in harm's way, and that takes...
He's like twisting his head around, blinking. These robotoids, or these reptilians, they're always flinging their hands around, bobbing their heads, blinking, like they can't hold still.
Away from the ultimate message. So is this a political message, perhaps? Is it also one that we need to make sure that we protect those constitutional freedoms? Absolutely. But what we don't need to do is condone what's happening in communities across the country. When we start to see the burning and the looting and the rioting that goes on, that is certainly not what was indicative of President has been the only one in...
Now, the guy at the right, look at his eye. The hologram in his eye's even messed up. You can see how one eye's really big, one eye's small, and he's going to start blinking a lot.
Washington, D.C., that's actually acted on police reform. He signed in...
Oh, man. Look at the eye. Okay, I'm going to have to, maybe I'll put their eyes in the thumbnail. Their eyes would make a very good thumbnail.
An executive order, when Senator Tim Scott put forth his bill, he was condemned by some of his Senate colleagues, Senator Durbin to be specific, and yet there can't...
Look, he's got like two eyes under his original eyes. This guy, you can start to see his teeth. He has like fangs, and he's got two large slit eyes. You can see the reptilian eyes. Their hologram is malfunctioning.
Compromise on Capitol Hill.
Wow, okay, so maybe I'll put a couple in the thumbnail.
But the president's going to act to make sure that not only that we have safe communities, but that we have the tools to make
just the eye, look at it. It's like two...
Make sure that we hold people accountable.
I want to ask you more about that in just a second, but first of all, to last night, there's been a lot of criticism of the president.
Wow. I'll just put the link in the description, and you can see the reptilians for yourself. That's crazy. Remember I told you this girl is a robot? She's an android, she's not human. She actually is a robot. Listen.
A lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually trained in contemporary, tap, ballet, jazz, and hip-hop choreography. I just don't usually tell people. Plus, I think some people actually think I'm a real robot. I'm actually a real robot. That was not a malfunction. I used to play the electric...
She's a robot, I told you.
A scary movie in my life. Purple is my third favorite color.
Even the eyes are glassy, the mouth, her jaw is big. She is a robot.
A lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually trained in contemporary tap, ballet, jazz, and hip-hop choreography. I just don't usually tell people. Plus, I think some people actually think I'm a real robot. I'm actually a real robot.
People just don't say they're a robot for no reason. She's a robot.
Choreography. I just don't usually tell people. Plus, I think some people actually think I'm a real robot. I'm actually a real robot. That was not a malfunction.
Remember last time she said that she was a wizard and how she does her dances because she has a magic wand?
Actually trained in contemporary tap, ballet, jazz, and hip-hop choreography. I just don't usually tell people. Plus, I think some people actually think I'm a real robot. I'm actually a real robot.
Androids are everywhere. What's her name? Okay, so you're gonna see this girl's robot dance. Then I'm gonna show you her neck. Which one? They're all pretty much the same. So we're probably gonna have to watch a stupid commercial. I hate commercials. That's how you know if you're in hell. Right? Look at that commercial, another robot. That's how you know you're in hell, when there's commercials. Remember how in that movie Blade Runner there was commercials everywhere? Right? Now, you can see her, look at her shoulders, how she has man shoulders, they're square. Now she's going to do her robot dance. She's actually a freaking robot. And you can tell by the length, look at her neck, if you get a good look at it. It morphs, it goes long, it goes short. She's like bending space-time too. I don't know. I'll put her neck in the thumbnail, but look how long her neck is. If you can get a good shot of her neck. You can kind of see how long it is now. Right, here, I'll show it right there. I don't know if you can see it. Her neck is long. She's one of these cyborgs. They're everywhere. She's actually a real robot. Oh man, I don't know if you just saw her neck right there. She has a V-neck. Look at that neck. Right, that should be the thumbnail. Look how thick that neck is. You'll be able to see on the thumbnail. Do you see how it's bulging out on one side? The big V, look how long that neck is. Ugh, I don't know if you just saw that right there. You can see her robot neck again. Look how long, look at the V in it. Look at her neck. Do you not see her neck? Look how long, look at her head. It's like the robot. Okay, so the robot can act like a human or it can act like a robot. Now it's acting like itself. It's just a robot. Look how the face is like expressionless because it's an actual robot. Why do you think it can do the robot so good? Because it is a robot. Look at her neck again. Normal humans can't move like that. Right? She's bending space-time. She's bending space-time. Again, look at that neck. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll shrink it down. Look at that neck. Look at that. Just look at the neck. When I put that on the thumbnail, you guys are going to be like, oh my god, look at that neck. Okay, look how long the neck is now. That neck. So, yeah, there's probably a reptilian operating this inside of it. Look at the neck again. A robot doing the robot. Who would have ever thought of it, right? The robot doing a robot doing the robot. So she has her brother. They're probably all androids. What?
Just in case you sleep, that's the one-eye symbol he give you right there in plain sight. All devils, and all devils work out with them, okay? Eating human being flesh, how what they're portraying on the masses. Take a look at this one right here with the bloody hands doing the devil horns. How you sleep, Wake your ass up. All devil work they do on the masses. What you just did, eat a human being, that's what they're doing, people. No doubt about it. Don't let them act like it's a play. It's a real life shit they're doing right in front of the masses, performing their devil rituals. And you're never gonna see this paint up man right there, 100% Decepticon, tricking the masses. You want a spirit cook? Go through that right there. The one-eye symbol he doing right there in front of the masses. All sleeping sheeps gotta wake up one day. There go your 74 for your number 11. All in this lipstick trying to trick the masses like it's a female. Bam! There you go right there. All basically horror movie this one performing in so-called real life, and they capture it on photos and film and bring it to the masses, all to program them. There you go again, another one-eye symbol you get with the serpent. This one portraying the devil 100% in, and you slept. There you go right there, horns in the head, just like the devil. What you think? You think it's a coincidence? There's no coincidence on this earth. Okay, you need to wake up.
How to find Team Lizard. On any of the morning talk shows or late night shows before you go to bed, you look for a really super fast tongue flick, tongue poke at the host as a greeting. Then they sit back and then slide their tongue along their bottom lip at the audience, which I assume is basically you're my prey. For the Team Lizard who are too scared to do that, they will poke their tongue under their bottom lip and push it out. So they're too scared to do the full tongue flick. All the A-list celebrities do it. The best place to find it is on Jimmy Fallon's Tonight Show, which is, for some reason, Team Lizard Central. You see Jimmy Fallon do it all the time. He'll do the tongue thing at the guests, and then they'll do a tongue flick poke back. It's like a secret handshake. They always do it instantly when they see themselves on the monitor. It's like they have to get that out of the way, and once they do, they relax and do the normal interview. If you go watch a normal YouTuber's channel, you'll never see tongue flicks. Go watch the archive of Jimmy Fallon's interviews. All the big male A-list celebrities, they all do this tongue flick, tongue poke greeting. You have to slow it down to catch it. They do it that quick. And they do the tongue slide at the audience. When you see it, it's there all the time. So look, it's probably like a Aleister Crowley Satanist thing. Again, Satanism is just Saturn worship, which is Saturn gods. It's highly likely that Team Lizard, that the lizards worshipped Saturn gods, and that's why we've been given them. The lizards just treat us like we are in the Colosseum sandpit and they're in the stands. All the religions, all the secret societies are basically just made up by the terror reptilians for fun, to make us fight amongst ourselves. So it's just a big game for them. But when you look for the tongue flick, tongue poke, and when you look for the tongue slide, it's there all the time.
The Church Channel. Robot. The hooded eyes. See the glass doll eye. See the huge socket above. Like this Frankenstein forehead here. Fake porcelain one. Trying to get your money.
To get that tax deduction up front, so you can enjoy that before you pass along, and you're able to go ahead and get that income on a monthly basis. Also,
Yeah. Give your money to them. Better wake up.
Was able to sit on the case pursuant to the recusal statute, and then if I heard the case and decided the case, I would consider all the protections that Congress put in place. And as I said earlier during this hearing, the question would be figuring out whether Congress, assuming that the mandate is unconstitutional now, whether that, consistent with your intent, this is Congress's law, would permit this act to stand, or whether the flawed portion of it could just be excised out. And that is a question not of what judges want. It's not a question of the Supreme Court. It's a question of what Congress wanted in the statute. And that is the statute, that you enacted and extended this healthcare coverage to millions of Americans.
What weight would you give the fact that 135 million Americans have pre?
We can't stop countries like Russia from trying to interfere in an election. Only the U.S. government can really push back and with the appropriate leverage to do that. But we have built up systems to make sure that we can identify much faster when they're attempting to do that. And I think that should give the American people a good amount of confidence leading into this election.
American dream doesn't exist. That's a lie. I know because I live that dream. That's why I feel so strongly that we need a president who believes in the American dream like President Donald Trump. Now more than ever. I am so thankful that my prayers for help were answered.
This bitch ain't got no soul.
My company was one of the first.
Imposter demons wearing human skin. See the mask? So you see the real skin back here? See the difference? See how they wear the fake synthetic face? See it? The eyebrows don't look normal. They're too flat. There's nothing there. It's just a mask they wear. A very good mask with a fake beard. But they can switch them to be whatever they want. All glory to Christ. I better wake up. So this demon calls itself Kenneth Copeland. Look at this thing. This is nothing but a synthetic demon. Rubbery. Look at this thing. Shout out to this guy here. Doing the human trafficker symbol. And I also want to show you these people in the crowd aren't real either. They're just synthetic bots. See them? This is synthetic. This is a handler. Okay, so now we're going to go back and I'm going to show you this thing here. Is a demon, a synthetic rubber trash version of a human deceiving people. You better wake up. So if you put a bunch of robots around someone like this and you say it's an amazing pastor, stupid people will follow him straight to hell. That's why this thing exists.
Adam's apple, look at her.
For anyone who still doesn't believe that reptilians or the serpent seed is real, I want you to watch Mr. Kerry here for the next couple of minutes, and I want you to watch his tongue flick. Okay, and you tell me if this is normal. So if you were sitting at a table with a family member or a friend, they were sitting directly across from you, and they were flicking their tongue this much in such a short period of time, would you say, what are you doing that for? Would you even notice it? I reckon you would. So why can't you see it here?
Strength is responsible for only 13% of global emissions. To end this crisis, the whole world must come together. You're right to rejoin Paris on day one, and you're right to recognize that Paris alone is not enough. At the global
Keeps
meeting
flicking
in
his tongue.
Glasgow 1 year from now, all nations must raise ambition together, or we will all fail together. And failure is not an option. Succeeding together means tapping into the best of American ingenuity, creativity, and diplomacy, from brain power to alternative energy power, using every tool we have to get where we have to go. No one.
Yeah, reptilians don't exist though, right? Like, that's just normal to flick your tongue like that.
They shouldn't doubt the determination of a country that went to the moon, cured supposedly incurable diseases, and beat back.
Never went to the moon.
To win World War II. This kind of crisis demands that kind of leadership again, and President Biden
Are you watching that
will
tongue?
provide it. The road ahead is exciting, actually. It means creating millions of middle-class jobs. It means less pollution in our air, ocean. It means making life healthier for citizens across the world. And it means we will strengthen the security of every nation in the world. In addressing the climate crisis,
what are you going to say? He's got cotton mouth, dry lips,
and leave a healing planet to future generations. 57 years ago, this week, Joe Biden and I were college kids when we lost the president who inspired both of us to try to make a difference. A president who reminded us that here on earth, God's
I don't know how many times you need to see that individual flick his tongue
will trust in God, and he will also
before you
trust in
admit
science
what is directly in front of your eyes.
To protect God's creation.
No wonder he's got a mask on.
Vice President-elect Harris, I look forward to getting to work. Thank you.
But this was in color, and so I was watching it, and I was like lying down, kicking back, and I saw this. I was like, what? So watch the eye here. I'm like, what was that? What was that flash? And it freaked me out, because it was definitely non-human.
The title of this video is The Reptilian-like Behavior of Margaret Mead.
Was the conference polluted by politics, or were politicians polluted at the conference, or
there were plenty of politics there, you know, because there were the industrializing countries who said, just give us 1% of your gross national pollution, and we'll be happy.
In other words, we'll be glad to have fact.
Shout out to Justin Bieber's clone. See where the rose is on the clone? Now watch the other one here.
It's kind of like finding the beauty within kind of like the roughness of like.
It's on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the other side on you, on this clone. On the other clone, it's on that side. Even Ellen makes fun of him.
In kind of like the roughness of like.
It's on the other side.
Yeah. They just make fun of each other.
You don't even know where your tattoo is.
Just clones, man. Y'all better wake up. None of these people are real. Shout out to that demon.
Alex Jones is reptilian, so okay, that's as high as we're gonna get right there, but let's go playback speed and we'll put it low. You're gonna see his pupils. He's reptilian.
Like gay people.
Yeah, pull that one in, there's already a slit eye. Anyways. There's the second one. Clicks in. Right. Whoa, I just saw a snake tongue. I just saw a snake tongue.
Gay people.
Right there, man. There's the slit pupils. I already have enough evidence. See, I always knew Alex Jones was reptilian, but all these people are reptilian. Wow, the veil is done. I think that's it for the veil. Bye bye veil. Anyways. Alright, so we got Alex Jones. We're gonna go in on those slits. Which one did I? Oh fuck. Anyways, we'll go into the C drive. In the C drive. No, let's go into the C drive. Fuck, hurry up. And did we go into 3CBO? I have no idea which one we landed in. Alright, so let's start off with the first one. We're gonna go here. Here's a slit eye, there's a slit eye, everywhere a slit eye, right? Something's up with the slit eye there. We're gonna go in this one, where he's got 2 slit eyes. He's got 2 slit eyes. Right, this one too, like, I could take better shots. His face is starting to transform, yeah, but he has slit eyes. You know when I posted that the Camilla Harris one, they kept on removing the thumbnail. There's another slit eye. Right, I put the thumbnail and they just kept removing it, More slit eyes. Everywhere a slit eye, there a slit eye, here a slit eye. You know that song, Old MacDonald had a slit eye. There's another slit eye. And so, we'll go into this. Oh man. Where was the other one? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, this guy from UDF Tech, he's reptilian, right? So his hologram is malfunctioning. So look at his finger, look at his pinky. Do you see how some of his fingers are skinny? Look at his thumb, right? I always knew he was reptilian, and you can tell by his neck. See how he has those crinkles in his neck? Right, it gets worse. And again, if you don't believe me, it's not a camera blur, it's his pinky. Look at that pinky. Reptilians have long, skinny claws. Again, look at his fingers. Look how misshapen they are. Anyways, you can already tell by looking at his face. Does that thing look human to you? Right? And look at his neck. Does he look human to you? I'm going to get to it in a second. Right? And his neck, look at the wrinkles in his neck. So he's probably just a straight up shapeshifter, but anyways. So this is where you can see the reptilian in him. So if you look at his neck right there, do you see the throat cords? We'll zoom out and we'll zoom in on his eyes. Ugh, and he has slits in his eyes. And reptilians have 2 eyelids. They have another pair of eyelids that slide sideways. It's like a clear membrane, so if they go underwater, they don't get water in their eyes. And anyway, so I'll just pop it up really quick. And you can see the slits underneath them. right? Just like some birds have it, they have a clear membrane that goes over their eyes. But you could just tell by his eyes they're reptilian, right? It's like he's shape-shifting. His eyes are all black and baggy. It's just... So we'll go from here. And then look at that. Ugh. It's a dirty reptilian, right? He's got the throat cords are starting to come out. That's a partial shapeshift. So he's a shapeshifter. And he's got these disgusting reptilian eyes. And his eyes are like turning to jelly. Right? His hologram is malfunctioning. So there's 2 reptilians for you.
Robot news people, glass doll eyes, fake porcelain white teeth. Shout out to that serpent throat. Then we got this thing, same fake white teeth, glass doll eyes. Shout out to that Adam's apple. Yeah, that's what these things do. People don't even hear these things anymore. The TV news people have no value. This thing is, I would say, look at the human eyes, and then look at the robot eyes and the robot teeth. But this is just a CGI. It doesn't even have teeth. They're not even trying anymore. That thing's got a kneecap for a throat. All glory to Christ.